Welcome on your YouTube channel of Lalba Girls into College. And today's topic is respiration. In your previous lecture, you have learnt about nutrition and these two topics which is under life processes. So today we will learn about respiration.
What is respiration? The food after digestion and absorption. In the previous lecture, you have learned about digestion also. So, what will happen after digestion of food? The food after digestion and absorption goes to each and every cell of the body. Some part of this food is utilized to generate energy, which is in the form of ATP in the body. Energy is very essential for us, as we know that by using energy we do lots of works in our daily activities. So basically, respiration is what? It is a catabolic process in which food particles are oxidized. Oxidized means addition of oxygen. Oxidized in living cells to release energy. So, to understand this definition, I have an equation: glucose plus oxygen. Glucose is what? Glucose is your food which you get after full digestion. After full digestion, the last product we get is glucose. Here, oxidation process occurs in the food. So after oxidation, glucose, what reaction will give? Carbon dioxide, water and energy. This energy comes out in the form of ATP, and this whole process of respiration done in the cell, in the body. So there are two steps in respiration. These two steps, so whole respiration process is very complex. It includes three main steps. These three main steps are breathing or gaseous exchange, which we found between the lungs and the atmosphere. Then gaseous transport through blood. Gaseous transport, that means transport of carbon dioxide and oxygen through this blood to the other part of the body organs. Then the third is the oxidation of food inside the cell. This process is also called cellular respiration because this process actually done in the cell, and these two processes occurs outside the cell. So we can say that this is cellular respiration and these two are found outside the cell. So this is the external respiration, this is your cellular respiration. The three main steps are breathing or gaseous exchange, gaseous transport through blood, and third is oxidation of food inside the cell. The first two processes are together known as a external respiration. So you have to learn these two comes under external respiration, and this process comes under cellular respiration. So we will see the first step in this picture to understand these three steps. First one, lungs. These triangle structures are lungs, and this is our external environment, which is atmosphere. In atmosphere, carbon dioxide and oxygen both are present. How it happens? In the lungs, oxygen comes inside the lungs, and after gaseous exchange, our lungs moves out this carbon dioxide through our nostril into the atmosphere. This process is called breathing. So here is the definition of breathing occurs. This process of intake of oxygen and giving out of carbon dioxide is called breathing. In other words, the mechanism by which organism obtain oxygen from the environment and release carbon dioxide in it is known as breathing. So breathing is what? Exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen is called breathing. So after gaseous exchange or breathing, transport of gases occurs through blood. Through the blood, these transported gases goes into the cell. This is a single cell. Inside the cell, Actually, the oxidation process occurs in this cell. So we can say that cellular respiration and oxidation of food occurs inside the cell. So here, through the blood, oxygen comes in and oxidizes this food, and after oxidation we have seen already that carbon dioxide has released, water is released, and energy is released. In this equation you have already seen that after addition of oxygen what will comes? Carbon dioxide release, water releases, and energy releases. This process is actually where it happening? This process actually happens in this cell. So in this cell we have a food in the form of glucose, and here through the blood oxygen is transported inside the cell and food is oxidized and gives out water, ATP, and carbon dioxide, which in return goes into our lungs, and from the lungs it moves out into the external environment. So this process is called cellular respiration, and these three steps you can better understand in this picture. So since the mechanism of cellular respiration is similar in all organisms, we will start with our first cellular respiration in the next lecture. So basically these are the three main steps found in the respiration, and in the next lecture we will talk about cellular respiration in detail. Thank you for watching this video.